We have had some technical problems.
Ready to go. I'm ready to go. Ready?
Hit it!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, and thanks for checking in with my Radio Stories podcast. I appreciate it. So we go back to the early 90s when I was co-hosting a rock morning show on WRKR Radio in Kalamazoo, Michigan. We were about 4 years into the morning show. It was going well. I was also doing a lot of other stuff, play-by-play for Western Michigan University sports on the AM station. I was also heavily into the Kalamazoo Wings Hockey Club. I was covering them on a regular basis. I had done some television with them, some road games that were shown on Sports Channel. And I was covering sports all over town. I was the most active radio sports guy in Kalamazoo, very plugged in, very active. And around this time, I had thoughts of maybe I would like to do just sports on the radio. I liked that idea. And even though I was happy with the morning show, it was nothing against my partner. I just wanted to be a sports director or be involved in sports every day, all the time. At about that time, I heard that Detroit was getting a sports station, WDFN it would be. All sports, all the time in Detroit, the first ever, which was surprising to me. And I thought, well, I'm going to send them my tape and resume. And I did. Now, keep in mind, I had no business doing that. I was nowhere near ready to work in a major market. But it was one of those things you do when you're hungry and looking to improve and move up. So I got a phone call from the new program director. Her name was Lorna Gladstone. She invited me over for an interview. So we picked a day, and that day was May 3rd, 1994. I finished my morning show, did my work, and left for Detroit for an interview at an all-sports station in a major market. All kinds of thoughts, of course, going through my head on the drive over. She had heard my tape and still wanted to talk to me, so that was a miracle. I knew I wasn't in the running, really, for a full-time job. She was very kind, though, and gracious. And I remember her words. She said, "You know, you're not quite ready, but I listened to your tape, and there's something there." Those were her words, and I can still hear her saying that in that basement of whatever building I was in near downtown Detroit. I liked Lorna. She seemed cool, of course excited about the first all-sports radio station that was about to pop on the dial in Detroit. So we finished up, she thanked me, and I drove home, and I remember thinking on the drive home, what in the hell I was going to do if she offered me a part-time job? Was I going to drive to Detroit on Saturday and Sunday, spend $100 on gas, and probably make $100? That would have been silly. But I didn't have to worry about it because I never got the call. But it was cool to sit and talk about sports with the program director of a major market radio station and hear their plans and their vision and their hopes for their radio station that was about to go on the air. Turns out they hired guys like Mike Stone, Rob Parker, Larry Sorensen, the Sports Babe was there, and also Van Earl Wright they hired as part of that crew. Turns out it wasn't my only attempt at a full-time sports radio job. I almost left for Indiana in the 90s as well, but we'll save that for another time. I appreciate you dropping by. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.